All right. So I've picked the first ride we're going to do here on the journey to do all 50 MS bike rides in the U.S. So the first one we're looking at is going to be September 6th. It is going to be in St. Louis, and it is officially called the Gateway Getaway. So there is a minimum of $300 for fundraising. I can't remember what the registration was, but already took care of that. Already registered halfway through the minimum fundraising, and I will have that done here shortly since the ride is quickly approaching. But it takes off from the Lewis and Clark Community College, and I think the route we're probably going to go with. It's going to be a toss up between the 50 and the 75-mile route for the first day. I'm probably just going to do one day on this one because I do need my weekends to at least do something. So I can at least get back Sunday. It is about a 4.5 hour drive over there. We'll see if I go over to St. Louis and stay the night before the bike ride and then just get up, go, ride. It is a loop, so that's a good thing, right? So I will get to start and finish in the same spot so I can leave a car there. That makes things a lot easier, especially if I end up traveling and doing this by myself. I will not have to figure out how to get back to the car. So that is a good way to go. It looks like the 50-mile route is actually 52.1, has 2,000 feet of climbing, should cross 50 miles. That's not bad at all. So that should be a good one. So I haven't decided if I'm going to ride my Cervelo R3, which is a road bike. It's a little bit older though, and has some super skinny tires and a really aggressive setup. So I'm old now, and it wasn't that bad 10 years ago when I bought the bike. To lean over for that long, can ride that long for a while, but now that I've been doing this for a little bit, I may go ahead and just take the Cervelo Aspero and go ahead and switch out the tires so that I have some road slicks, maybe some like 34s, so that that gives me a little bit of cushion there. I don't really have to be super fast, but I think that it'll be a little bit easier, a little bit smoother, a little bit faster ride that way, and then knock out the 50 miles that way. I think that probably would be a good idea. I should probably test that out definitely before I go. Not sure which bike I want to use yet, but I went ahead and registered there. So, long story short, I've got that one registered for. I've set up there. I will start working on actually riding my bike a little bit more, get the setup dialed in a little bit, make sure that it is more of a road bike versus the gravel, just to make things a little bit easier for me, especially for the first ride. And we'll go through that. All honesty, I should probably make the 4.5 hour drive over to St. Louis that Friday and then just spend the night there. If I go after work, that'll get me there, um, like 10, 11 o'clock. That'll give me enough time to basically unload the bike, put it in the hotel room, go to sleep, wake up, get dressed, drive there, and be ready to go, right? That's pretty much all I'll have time for. And not a lot of sightseeing there, but been to St. Louis quite a few times, so I'm not really worried about that. Looks like there will be plenty of parking at the college itself, so I should be able to park there without any problems. Oh, fantastic. Right here on the website, it has a list of hotels. I know it's not that hard to find a hotel. You got plenty of apps to do it, right? To be able to find your hotel pretty easily. It is nice, though, that they list some hotels that are actually supportive of the actual ride and the MS Society themselves. So we'll definitely find one on this list and then go and book that hotel. So the morning of, it looks like if I get there at 6 o'clock, it's when things open. I hate to get there early on bike rides the morning of the event because it just puts a lot of stress on the staff. Everybody picking up their packets the morning of. But when you're traveling, you don't really have a choice. I can't go in a couple days early, justify making a drive over there and a drive back just to pick up a packet. So although I don't want to, I'll just get there early and it takes what it takes, right? And be patient. Everybody's doing their best, right? So kind of run through it. But I should be able to get my rider number, the packet, everything I need the morning of. The routes are posted on the website. It takes you over to Ride with GPS that actually has the routes on them. So I'll be able to load those onto my Garmin and be able to make sure that I stay on track if I can't follow the giant brightly colored signs that are marked on the road. Sometimes people like to take those down, so it's helpful to have that loaded just to make sure I'm on the right path, especially with a city I'm not familiar with. And I did say this is in St. Louis. Technically, it is in Illinois. Definitely an area I'm not used to riding in, but that is quite all right. That's part of the fun. And like the MS rides I've done before, looks like every 10 to 12 miles there will be a rest stop. So that's always nice to know ahead of time that you don't have to go that far if you need something. There will be SAG vehicles and plenty of support, it looks like, going through this. So it's traditionally what I'm used to for a bike MS ride. Very entry level friendly, although you can skip a number of those rest stops, especially if you're used to riding. There's no reason to stop at the first few, right? You can go 40 or 50 miles before you have to stop at a rest stop to pick anything up. But it's nice to know if you're riding with other people or if you have a mechanical, you can definitely stop, um, grab something to eat, have your bike fixed, hang out with people if that's what you want to do. It's definitely not a race. At the finish line, there will be a party here with plenty of local food. So, if nothing else, I can look forward to finishing the ride and grabbing a good bite to eat before I head back. Maybe I don't see it here on their website, but they might have showers. They usually have showers at the end. I will double check and make sure because I do not want to ride, 4.5, 5 hours back home smelling after I do a 50-mile bike ride. Um, I definitely want to be able to take a shower, change out of my bibs, wear something a little bit cleaner. So I will double check on that, make sure that that is the case. Yeah, I probably will not ride the second day just so I can get back home and get some of my chores done that I have to get done for the weekend. That should be more than enough. Basically, just taking out my Friday night and my Saturday, but I'll still have Sunday to knock out all the stuff I need to knock out before going back to work. All right, so that's it. The official first bike ride of this journey, good or bad, is going to be the Gateway Getaway. And if you want to follow the progress on knocking out all 50, it will be over on two wheels plus one dumb guy.com.